gardening stuff. Alright, I'm stepping over here in the corner so I can talk to you guys. So CULTIVATE is a trade show. So this is a lot of vendors with products in the gardening sphere. A lot of this is not going to relate to me. A lot of it is for commercial growing, like machinery and stuff, or potting up. It's nowhere near the scale that I'm doing things or trying to teach people to do things. However, I wanted to come out here for buying for the exchange. I wanted to come see, as far as making connections to stock our store with products. I actually just met the representative for Bacto, which is the soil that I use. But also seeing what's new. So people like Proven Winners bring all their new plants, and it's just exciting to be able to come and network in the gardening sphere. And I figured I would bring you guys to let you be a fly on the wall to see what something like this is like, because a lot of you will probably never have a reason to come here, but it would probably still be very fascinating to anybody who's a gardener to walk around an event like this and see, you know, just how much there is to offer in this industry. I need to set this up out in the yard for the kids. They love playing chess. What a cute idea. Ruby Ruffle Patio Peach by Star. Mature size is only 4 or 5 feet high. Look at that foliage. That is so cool. In this whole place full of ornamental stuff, I'm like beeline to the few edible things that are here. I just can't help it. I'm like, in this whole place, I beeline to the few edible things. Like, oh, this grows food. There's no hiding what my passion is. Though the beautiful things are.
Yeah, you can eat a lot of stuff here. Yeah. But yeah, lots of ornamentals.
Yeah. Ooh, look at this. Echinacea. So it's Echinacea rudbeckia cross. Oh, that's cool. Sugar shake. I like that. I should add, all of this stuff is very important to edible gardening. I mean, having pollinators in and supporting the ecosystem and the overall health of the soil and the garden, it's all important. But there are peppers there.
Okay. Does it smell?
Does it smell?
Oh, it does smell.
Oh.
Sometimes the ornamental does.
Romantica ball gown. it says exceptional tea resistance. I would really love to get some hybrid tea roses that are more the full petaled, because I've had such a hard time with my fancy roses in my garden with the beetles. Oh, look at this. New varieties. Heartbreaker, Valerie. This would be fantastic in something like a green stalk. Look at that. A trailing. I like all of these. Sunny Drop, the Temptations. Look at those. Sweet Mamba. I want to pull stuff off and eat it. I'm going to behave myself and not do that, but this. I like that. I have the raspberry also. Look at this, Kitchen Minis Quick Snack Cucumber. That is so cute. Look at this, big leaf, dark leaf hydrangea. How cute this is. How cute is that?
What do they call them?
Hypostes confetti. Look at these tiny baby coleuses. That's the cutest thing. So I'm looking to connect with a vendor that I can start buying plug trays like this to up pot houseplants to sell at the exchange. This is really cool.
Ooh, lavender. Run your hand through.
Oh.
Smell all the goodness.
Oh, look at that ajuga.
That's a nice burgundy glow.
Oh, that lavender's amazing. Oh, I love this rose. So tiny. Little mischief, easy elegance. That's beautiful. Look at this, guys. Little plugs of houseplants. String of bananas. Variegated string of pearls. This is so exciting. Look at this salvia. Salgoon Lake Garda. That blue is really unusual. This is Natorps. This is the nursery that we went and toured the other day in the video. So you guys just saw all of that. Oh, there's their beautiful display. I really want to get one of these Ruby Falls weeping red buds. This is going on my list for something I want to plant. I saw this at the nursery the other day. Here's another weeping red bud. This one's not red. I don't know what color what this name is. I'm trying to find out, so if you guys see something you like, you can look it up and try to find it. This is Golden Falls red bud. I just think they're so pretty. So many different growers. Y'all already know I have to get the information for this. I want all of these things. That's neat. So we just stopped for lunch, and I have a friend here I wanted to introduce you guys to because she makes great content that I think a lot of you will really love. We're just gonna sit here outside this restaurant where it's quiet before we go back in.
Oh, I'm like,
This is Roxanne.
it's weird.
Her channel is Soil and Margaritas, and you have YouTube and Instagram. Are you anywhere else?
No, just pretty much
Okay.
on Instagram and YouTube.
And she does the most beautiful gardening content. I have a beautiful big hydrangea in front of my house that she sent me. And I just wanted to introduce you. Is there anything that you would share for people who may potentially come and check you out?
Yeah, you know, I have been following Jess for like the longest time. I follow you because I wanted to grow tomatoes, and my first year growing tomatoes, I was like, I don't know, you know, like what kind of tomatoes do you grow? And I found one of her videos, of her many videos about tomatoes, and I remember just having a list of like 20 tomatoes.
Yes.
You know how you guys. And that's how it started. And I grow in a very small place. It's just a very small house, and I use every single corner. Like
Yes.
and I use every single corner. Containers, raised beds, you name it. And yeah, I just love it. I grow mainly flowers, but in the last 2 years I started with vegetables as well. So,
Yeah. Well, we got to eat lunch with she and her husband today.
Yeah, lunch took like 3 hours.
Yeah, so we gotta get back. Y'all go check her out. I think you'll be as inspired by her beautiful content as I am. Hey guys, obviously no longer at Cultivate, but I wanted to wrap up this video out here. Might as well eat some tomatoes since I'm out here. I just brushed my teeth. That does not go. I'm back home in my garden after being super inspired this week at Cultivate. I do have one more vlog from Ohio that'll come up tomorrow, where I went and took many of your suggestions and went and visited a local nurse. But I sort of wanted to wrap up because when I uploaded my video yesterday, I had several comments of people being like, I didn't know you were going to a conference here. Cultivate isn't really necessarily a conference. You can go if you want to look into it. As a home gardener, you can absolutely go. But it's actually really geared more towards people in the commercial gardening industry. I actually felt a little bit like a fish out of water because, I mean, so much of that stuff didn't apply to me. However, it was a little bit like being a kid in the candy store. Just being able to go around and look, nothing is for sale there, but you can see all those varieties, write them down. Also, there were a lot of vendors, so like different products that we're gonna be selling at the exchange, as well as like different manufacturers that make pots and tags and all of the stuff that goes into branding. It's very fascinating. Honestly, it was a little eye-opening for me in this position and what I do, because I'm so not connected to that whole realm of the gardening industry, and just to see how much business does go into gardening on the commercial side of things. Just a couple of the highlights. I got to meet Mr. Sandy, who is the original person that started with Neptune's Harvest, so that's the fertilizer that I use, and you know, I've shared that with you guys, and getting to chat with him kind of about the history. He gave me some different tips that I'm going to be sharing with you guys, and also I'm hoping to get together with them to make some content, kind of to give you guys some help on how to use their products. I thought that was really cool. I also got to meet Jim Putnam. He has a channel called HortTube. That was also really awesome. He really knows his stuff whenever it comes to growing, and getting to meet him in person was awesome. Of course, you met my friend Roxana in this video. She's amazing, and getting to eat lunch with her and her husband was really, really cool. I'll tell you though, one of my biggest takeaways was, let's go out here in the bright sun. So I've been doing this perennial space, and there have been some overwhelming things. I've put some things in just kind of to hold places. And I've done things like put these baptisias in back here that got way bigger than I expected. I've put things in that I didn't really like love the performance of. And I'll be completely frank, I don't think that I was looking at my cottage garden space with maybe the right lens. I was kind of looking at it more permanent than it really is. And after getting so inspired and seeing so many amazing things, and of course spending time in my friend Matthew's garden, which if you haven't seen the last video that I did, it shows his beautiful garden. I called Jeremiah and I was like, hey, I have something that I think I want to do, and it's going to be a lot, but I really think that I want to do it. And he said, what? And I was like, I think that this fall, whenever we're getting close to dormancy on everything in the cottage garden, I want to dig a whole lot of the stuff out, scrape out a lot of this where we're dealing with really bad weeds, redo the rock, and I want to do the space maybe a little better. And I was expecting him to like completely balk, because obviously, I mean, we have a lot of things to do. And he said, I think that would be a really good idea. He's like, because I know that your vision for that space maybe it's not happening exactly how you wanted. And he's like, I'm game, we'll do it. And I felt so encouraged by just really getting to see all that the ornamental gardening industry has to offer. Now, I'm always going to be a veggie gardener, kind of first and foremost, and of course a lot of those things do go in hand. Having beautiful spaces is important. I came home and I looked at all of this, and just the thought of like giving it a makeover and like kind of doing a do-over in some places made me feel really, really excited. It's not the time now. It's super hot. It would be extremely stressful on the plants and on us to try to do this now, but I'm looking forward to doing it later this year. Well, thank you for coming along with me on my trip to CULTIVATE. I came home with lots and lots of pamphlets, lots of information, made some really cool connections, which I think are going to play out over the next year as we work on stocking our stores and getting it open. And I hope that it will give me an opportunity to bring you guys even more great content. Thanks for hanging out with me this week. I bless you. Until next time.